Welcome to my sunny garage on a Friday night. Yet again, it's another hot day. So what better way than to have a nice 8.5% mild. This is from Peter Hodge. I think it's about 8.5%. Can't really remember, to be honest. It's big anyway, I know that. Now I'm just looking for a bottle opener. One of them days where I think I've just worked too much at the end of the week. Just been flat out this week. And yeah, my brain is now literally flat out. It's just laid out flat. So it needs to be revived somehow. So I figure alcohol's the best way to do it, isn't it? So anyway, I digress. Okay, there it is there. You can't really see what it says. It's a Victorian mild, I know that. 3x, 4x, something like that, I think was on the bottles. Off the bottle there was a little bit of fig or something it smelled like. So I'm not really clued up on milds whatsoever. It's looking well carbonated. I had to leave it out in the heat to try and carb up. Obviously it's been really warm, so yeah, maybe we've swung the other way, but no matter. Okay, so as I say, I don't really know that much about milds. I don't think I've maybe had one in my entire life, possibly, I don't know. If you have sent me a mild, that's the one then. If you haven't sent me a mild, then possibly, I don't know. Haven't had one. There we go. Bound to have had one at some point. Beer festival or something. So yeah, it's got a kind of dark brown ruby kind of colour to it. It looks like a mild, I know that. I know what a mild looks like. Head has completely gone. Maybe that's something to do with the high alcohol, or maybe it's not, I don't know. But yeah, you can see for yourself that there is quite a bit of carbonation in that. You can hear it. It's like a fireworks display. Hold on, where's the microphone? So yeah, it's a smell of, I think it's fig. It reminds me of like fig rolls. My mum always used to buy them for some reason. I don't know why she bought them for herself, but you know, being kids, you would always go into the biscuit tin, and the fig rolls would always be left after all the other biscuits are eaten, even the rich tea. There would be like fig rolls left. So no one ever wanted to eat them, but then anytime I did start to eat them, I thought they were quite nice, really. So yeah, that's kind of what that smells like. Forgive the helicopter. It's got the door open as well, so it's even worse. It reminds me a bit of like, it smells a little bit like wine. I'm gonna say it. Oh, you should always just say what comes into your head. It reminds me of wine in some way. I don't know. Don't know. Anyway, I'm going in. Cheers. It's quite cold. Probably more cold than it needs to be. Although, imagine what pouring that into the glass would have been like if it had been kind of room temperature. Bloody hell. It's quite intense. It's like, it is quite dark. There is a kind of a licorice type taste there. And there's definitely this kind of dry fruit, kind of, you know, that kind of dark fruit type of flavour. It's really quite, there's a lot of flavour on that. A lot of flavour. Body's about probably medium to full maybe. Off flies. God. You want to see this place at night time? Because we live near close to the loch, and it's like these fucking flies come from the loch. Now we're not too bad because we're not literally on the shore, but you know it's not too far away at all. But yeah, my God. And then you come out here at night and they're attracted to the light. So like we've got a motion sensor light on the back door, which I probably should connect up the switch off at some point. But yeah, I have to kind of sneak out really quickly, and then usually because the light's on, I'm coming back in. It's a complete nightmare because it's just sometimes it just swarms, and you open the door, they all get into the house. It's a complete nightmare. What you should really do is go round the front of the house. So come out the back and go in the front. Then around the front there, unless you have all the lights off. What are we talking about? We're supposed to be talking about beers. Yeah, okay. Sorry. Don't know. Yeah, so this, it's really kind of, it tastes kind of strong. I'm not saying it tastes boozy, because it doesn't, but it does have this kind of taste that, the best way I can describe it is, it's not necessarily the taste, but maybe the kind of, I don't know, it's like drinking, I said before it was like drinking wine, but it's like, it's not wine, it's like fortified wine, if that makes sense. Like Mondays or something like that, you know. Do they still sell Mondays? Used to be Tramp around our way. He used to love the Mondays. This was Buckfast was around at that time as well, and he loved the Mondays. That was his drink of choice. I'm all over the place here today. But yeah, that's what I mean. It's kind of, I'm not saying it tastes like, well, I'm not saying it tastes like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. There's something about it when you take it in. It kind of brings my mind back to like fortified wine or something like that. Come on, look who. Hello. You gonna say hello? Yes, okay. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So it's really kind of, as I said before, dry kind of fruit, really intense kind of fruitiness to it. A little bit of a licorice, which is probably, you know, the dark fruits, which is pushed into kind of more of a stout like. I mean, and what is a mild? A mild is kind of somewhere between a bitter and a porter, isn't it? Or I don't really know, to be honest. But yeah, it's pretty intense. Probably not something I would drink normally. I'm certainly not at 8.5%. I mean, I can feel it now in my head. Let's see if I can get something else. It's not bitter. There's no bitterness there at all. It is a bit dry. I'm not sure. Maybe that's why it was so big, because it fermented out. But it does taste. It does kind of leave my mouth quite dry. But it still has like that kind of medium body. It's an interesting beer, as I said. It's not something I would drink normally, but it is nice to try something different. Alright. But yeah, so are we going to say thanks to Peter? Say thank you, Peter. What are you saying? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Thank you, Peter. Yes, thank you, Peter. Cheers. Here we are again in the garage on a Friday night. Every Friday night. So what are we doing tonight? I was going to start waffling and I thought, no, let's go. Bowtie Breweries. Ooh, this is fancy. Best bitter traditional English ale, 4.3%, and brewed in Watford. Who do we know lives in Watford, that brews in Watford? It's Peter Hodge. Now, Bowtie Brewers, Peter has gone professional. Well, yeah, well he has, yeah. So, Bowtie Brewers is a pretty cool name. And this is his bitter, so potentially this is one that he could be selling. Selling your own beer. It's amazing. Looks like a dark one. There's a film need to concentrate on the floaters in the bottom of that. Oh, smell of that. Oh yes. That's a good start. So yeah, Peter is now a proper brewer. So congratulations, Peter. Of course, every time he brews, even for himself, he has to pay a tax on it. So there is that. Which, but you know, that's all part of the fun, isn't it? So there we go there. Now I did get a few floaters in there, so it might not be as clear as it perhaps is out of the keg, but you know, it is what it is. It's a beautiful dark kind of dark brown, ruby kind of, maybe not ruby, dark red kind of colour. I've still got my light. Yes, I've still got my light over here, look. Let's have a look through. It's that colour there. Fantastic. Little cap, which I think will stick around. I hope. Well, we have to wait and see. Okay, so on the aroma. I was actually getting more off the bottle. I got this beautiful smell of chocolate toffee. This is what it actually smelled like. It's kind of more of a fruity kind of nose on it. This time more, when I say fruity, I mean like not American hoppy, not tropical fruits, like dried fruits, raisins and sultanas and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, very nice. Smells kind of rich. What was it? 4.3%. So, let's go. Cheers. Yeah, it's kind of in keeping with the. Hold on. Always take a second drink. It is kind of in keeping with the aroma of it, which is kind of that dried fruit thing. It's not intensely kind of dried fruits, but it's that, and it's got a bit of. There's a nice bit of sweetness in there as well. Maybe a little taste of fig actually as well. I'm tasting now on the back. Low carbonation. It's kind of a medium body. Not much bitterness. Just that kind of figgy taste on the end. I'm sure there's a better word to describe that. That's exactly what it tastes like in my mouth now. That was very nice, Peter. That was very nice. Very smooth. Very easy to drink. It's just got that kind of it's a complex kind of taste. All that fruit coming at you. No, it's a bit like a Christmas cake, but it's not quite. It kind of pulls back from being the full on, you know, the full Christmas. What the hell does that even mean? I don't know. It's only 4.2%, but it is perfectly. The flavour is perfectly proportioned to the alcohol volume. And what that means is, you could have like a, say like a, an old peculiar, and it's like 5, nearly 6%, I think, if it's not already 6%. But it's got that really kind of intense taste. That's a bit like that, but it's kind of dialed back a little bit. For 4.2%, which actually works really well. It's really nice. I would buy that. I would buy that in the shops for sure. I would love to go to Peter's Beer Festival. He has like 2 beer festivals a year, one in the summer and one in the kind of, not the winter, but the autumn, let's say. But yeah, that'll be good. It would just be us getting pissed though, like, let's be honest. I suppose that's all it is anyway, like, so. But yeah, that is very nice, Peter. It's very agreeable, I have to say. There is a lot going on in it, but it's still, at the same time, it is still very easy to drink. That's very nice. Cheers.